Welcome to Messages from the Universe with Lori Wondra. Lori is an internationally renowned psychic medium, author, and shamanic practitioner, sharing insights from angels, guides, wisdom keepers, and teachers of the universe that help you navigate life's mysteries and transformations.
Hello, I'm Lori Wondra, and thank you for listening. What's up with the energies of June? Well, June is generally known as the 6th month in numerology. In fact, June's collective numerology for 2025 is also 6, which represents love, nurturing, responsibility, and balance. It's also associated with service and compassion, embracing self-expression, balance between the material and spiritual worlds, humanitarianism, domesticity, social responsibility, and of course, hard work. Now, the first half of June moves very fast. We're still in Gemini season, and that rules communication, the airwaves, and this sort of energy keeps the mind very active. Your schedule might be full. Your nervous system might be buzzing from all sorts of information flying around, but also the increase of sunlight and the codes and the keys that are coming to us from the sun. Longer days means longer time for us to process this light and the light codes that are coming to us. Conversations, how we use social media, television, radio, those things, podcasting even, those things reveal more or much more than we have had in the past. So we'll continue to witness changes that happen around us because we are being bombarded with communication. It's easy to also become lost in distractions at this time, and that leads us into overthinking or trying to keep up with everything all at once because this energy lingers in your head, your throat, and in your thoughts. It's impacting our mental processes. Yet, this is Gemini's gift, the gift of communication, the gift of seeing both sides of a situation and weighing out or balancing out what is the right answer or the right response or the right information, the yin and the yang. The power of choice is in motion. Use this Gemini energy early in June to help you recognize what you're listening to, what you're feeding into your mental processes, and also what you're releasing, because we are going through a huge shift and a gateway later in the month that allows us to come more into balance of our future selves than maybe where we were in the past. Notice what words you're speaking into existence, what you're triggered, what you are drawn to, how you are moving through this energy. Now, this month blends fire, water, and air vibes, and that's perfect for movement, for reflection, and for realignment. It's midyear. We have the Summer Solstice in June, and that's a time to really nurture what you've seeded. June is the moment in the year or the time span in the year to pause, to reflect, to recalibrate or reseed if needed. Now, many of you know me. You know that I love my gardens. I spend most of my summers in my gardens or near the water, taking care of flowers, relaxing. That is my place for meditation, rejuvenation, relaxation, and of course, connecting with the higher beings that I get all these downloads from. But every once in a while, when I'm out there, I notice something that's growing, and I don't know what it is. Now, I know that there are a lot of great apps out there that I can just simply take a picture of the plant, the leaf, or the flower, whatever it is, and let it tell me what it is. And sometimes that app is right, and sometimes it's wrong, and sometimes it can't even find what this magical plant is. And so I just have to wait. And over the years, I have been rewarded as I wait to find out what these mystical plants are. Sometimes they grow into marvelous flowers, and sometimes I get the biggest patch of weeds, but it's a surprise. And both of those, to me, are teaching moments. It's kind of where we are right now. It's a time that we're waiting to see those things that we've planted. Are they turning into weeds or are they turning into great, beautiful flowers? It's a mystery. And sometimes that frustration is just waiting for things to open up, and then comes maybe a disappointment because it wasn't what you expected to be. We are in that time now. We're waiting. We're looking at what's ahead, and things might not turn out as to what we expected them to be. We might need to reseed. We might need to pull a few seeds. But this is mid-year, and it's a time for us to assess those things. Now, I will go into what June energies mean for each sign. But before I do that, I want to cover a few themes for June in the areas of love, career, and health, and the key planetary events that are going to impact all of us. Now, as June leads us to the season of longer days of sunshine and warmer breezes, the sky is full of promises. We'll leave the season of Gemini, and that's that lively space of communication that I talked about, and we'll move into Cancer's nurturing and emotional depth vibes. This month is the beginning of communication, connection, and then as we move later into the month of deep emotional reflection. So overall, when we look at love and relationships and where the planets are that impact that area, with Venus being retrograde, the past might come back to present. You might get texts or messages from something that was unfinished, or a message from an old love. Old feelings could resurface, and please don't panic. Feel through it. That's what Cancer's energy is about. But it's also the universe might be in a place of letting you heal something that was left unhealed or left just open at one point. Cancer season highlights emotional intimacy. Expect deeper connections or deeper questions. Best love advice I can give you this month in the areas of love and relationship is just simply to slow down. Listen to your heart, your intuition. Don't push things. This is not a time to rush. Summer is relaxation. It's playful. It's fun. It's deep. And allow your emotions to go there. Career and ambitions. Now, Jupiter is in Gemini, and Jupiter wants you to learn, to speak about your goals, to assess your goals, to connect and network and brainstorm and collaborate. Now, it's a perfect time to explore a side business or something that's maybe been cooking or starting to brew on the side. Maybe start a course, something that you've been triggered about wanting to learn, something that you've wanted to collaborate with someone else on. Just watch for any scattered focus. One thing at a time would get you the best results. You can have great ideas, but maybe the action is focused into one area that you've been contemplating for a while. Talk less, plan more, and follow those genius ideas with action. The universe is dropping in these opportunities with the gateways of summers, and these portals that are coming in the universe will continue to drop in ideas as well as the action plans that follow that. Be brave and follow those things. Now, health and energy, we have Saturn in Pisces, and that reminds you to rest. Rest is productive too. I know I grew up in you don't sit and rest until all the work is done. But as we get older, and it's a good practice to also understand that your bodies need rest, your emotions need rest, and certainly your mental processes need rest also. So rest is productive too. June may feel emotionally heavy. That's the Cancer energy. So I would suggest that you hydrate, get some good rest, some good sleep, and set up boundaries so that you can have time for you. I know we are very accustomed to being busy all the time, but set up some boundaries so that your busyness is really focused on what you need. The full moon might mess with your sleep, but it's also perfect timing to release any stress. Cosmic self-care, let your emotions go. Move, dance, hike, walk, run, do those things. Journal, write, get outside under the moonlight or certainly under the sun. Now, what are some key dates for the month of June? Well, June 6th, we have a full moon in Sagittarius, and that's big emotions, bold truths, something you've been holding in. That's a question mark. It's maybe time to let that out, and the universe is going to illuminate those things that you've been hiding or holding back from yourself. June 9th, we have Mercury entering Gemini. Your thoughts speed up and your words get sharper because Mercury is communication, and Gemini is also about communication and looking at two sides. So you'll feel that surge of needing to speak or to speed up your life in different areas. June 17th, Venus goes retrograde in Cancer. Expect emotional check-ins in your love life, especially around home, family, and past connections. So if an old love, old friend, somebody reaches out to you from the past, be prepared or be open to that. It doesn't have to be threatening to you. June 20th, this is the big one. That's the solstice and also the gateway of Cancer season. And this is a shift in our emotional power when the sun enters Cancer. It marks both the solstice and Cancer season. Exactly at 9:43 p.m. Central is when that gateway opens. This is not merely a seasonal change, but it's a cosmic change. It's a cosmic doorway. The solstice is the opening of a portal, a time when we are reminded of the light of the sun, the universe, and certainly our light within. Cancer rules the womb, the waters, our ancestral roots, and safety, and the places we go to remember who we are. This is why I say this is a time, our emotions, we're going to go deep, and Cancer pushes us to go deep and explore in those places that maybe we hadn't been willing to go before. Together, these things mark a time of cellular remembrance and ancestral awakening. It's midyear. It's a year of letting go. It's a year of endings. I've got a special sound healing event that I've planned on this date to help ourselves wake up to this energy and both release the old and accept the new. This would be a good time for you to be in water on June 20th. Be out, listen to music, move. At this time, the masculine light of the sun enters Cancer's feminine domain, and that initiates the rebalancing of inner polarity. It is here that logic yields to emotion. The force yields to intuition, and survival makes way for the restoration of the soul. Balance of the emotional field and the mental areas are what the universe is asking us to focus on. This creates a shift in both our emotions and our mental processes. Old stuff needs to go away, the new stuff needs to be introduced, and through our human free will and time, we get to assess and put into practice what feels right for us. Now, collectively, this combination highlights some key global issues. We've had a lot of issues and processes around migration, displacement, and the destabilization of the home, emotional numbness and collective grief that remains unprocessed, increasing disconnection from intuition, nurturing rest, and inner guidance. These are wounds that are needing to be healed from the past, but also we have the potential of rewounding or carrying into future generations. People are feeling really under pressure to function, and with that, we aren't taking enough time to really heal those wounds and understand what we're introducing that we just simply don't want to carry forward. This gateway of June 20th holds the potential for mass awakening of emotions. For the first time in a very long time, many people will feel a strong ancestral calling to heal deep-rooted patterns, reconnect with the land, with family, and certainly with themselves. And again, it's mid-year of 2025, so we're reminded of those places in our energetic fields that are holding us back. If you find yourself frustrated because you're caught in the middle of those still unaware of their own wounds or the healing work they yet need to do, remember, it may be a role you are providing. You might be the trigger for someone else to make a step into their evolution, but you can't evolve for them. You can support them, you can encourage them, but everybody has to do their own work and at their chosen pace. The Cancer season is spiritual armor woven through softness. It's the mother energy returning, the heart that's restoring its sacred vibrations. And it's the temple within you demanding your full presence. Now, just as a closure, June 20th, the sun enters Cancer. Welcome to Cancer season, and that's a time to soften, feel deeply, and connect inward. Choose where and how you spend this day and celebrate all this light. Ongoing through the month, Saturn is in Pisces, Jupiter in Gemini. That drives us to remember to dream big, stay grounded. Ideas need structure, not just a spark. They'll start a fire, but they need direction and focus. Now, I know you've been waiting for insight for each sign, and as I cover all the astrological signs, you may want to listen to your sun sign and rising sign. Some also like to listen to their moon sign to see where your emotional compass may be pointing you this month. So let's start with Aries. Now, June ignites your curiosity and propels you into a whirlwind of activity. With Gemini's influence at the start of your third house of communication, and local affairs are all buzzing. It's really prime time to network, share ideas, and embark on short trips that spark your creativity and your enthusiasm. You're like a human antenna, picking up on every frequency around you. Engage in lively discussions and let your voice be heard. As the month progresses, Cancer's energy nudges you to turn your focus more inward. Your fourth house of home and family becomes the heart of your world, and it's a time of introspection and nurturing your roots. Consider redecorating your space or reconnecting with loved ones, creating your sanctuary that reflects your inner world, and that will bring you peace and stability. Now, Taurus, June begins with a financial focus as Gemini lights up your second house of income and resources. You're encouraged to review your budget, explore new income streams, and solidify your financial foundation. It's a great time to invest wisely and secure your assets. Think of it as planting seeds for future abundance. And mid-month, the sun then moves into Cancer, and that illuminates your third house of communication and community. This shift invites you to connect with your immediate environment, strengthen relationships with siblings, with neighbors, with local networks, peers, coworkers. Short trips and learning opportunities are great ideas. Embrace curiosity and let your mind wander. You never know where inspiration will send you. And Gemini, well, June kicks off with the spotlight squarely on you. With the sun in your sign, your first house of self is aglow, highlighting your personality, your appearance, and your personal goals. It's your season to shine. So embrace your uniqueness and express yourself boldly. Set intentions for the coming year and watch them manifest. Now, as the month transitions to Cancer, your focus shifts to financial matters. The sun then moves into your second house, and that brings attention to your resources and what you value. And that's a great time to assess your earnings, to create or watch your budget wisely, perhaps indulge in a little shopping, but balance your desire for security with your love for the finer things in life. Make smart decisions. And Cancer, well, June is a month of introspection and renewal as the sun travels through your 12th house at the start of the beginning of June. This period encourages rest, reflection, and tying up any loose ends before your solar return, before your birthday. Dive into your subconscious and release any lingering baggage. It's time for spiritual growth and healing, and you certainly don't want to be carrying old baggage along with you. Now, by mid-month, the sun moves into your sign, and that ignites your first house of self. This marks the beginning of your personal new year. Embrace this fresh start with confidence and set your sights on new horizons. Your natural charisma is amplified, and that attracts more opportunities and connections that really align to your true essence. And Leo, well, June beckons you to expand your horizons as Gemini energizes your 11th house of friendships and future aspirations. It's a social period, perfect for networking, collaborating, and dreaming big. Engage with like-minded individuals and let their ideas inspire your own ideas. Your leadership qualities shine brightly this month, making you a natural magnet for group activities. And as the month progresses and Cancer's energy guides you to retreat and recharge, your 12th house of solitude and inner peace becomes more prominent. Take time to rest, to reflect, and connect with your inner self. Meditation, journaling, quiet moments will rejuvenate your spirit, prepare you for the vibrant energy of the coming months. Now, Virgo, June begins with a professional focus as Gemini lights up your 10th house of career and public image. Your ambitions are highlighted, and it's an excellent time to set goals, to seek recognition, and advance your career. Your meticulous nature and attention to detail will impress those in authority. Step into that spotlight and showcase your talents. Now, by mid-month, you'll feel that Cancer's influence shifts your intention to friendships and community. The Sun is in your 11th house, and that encourages you to connect with your social circles and engage in group activities. It's time to nurture your bonds and collaborate on shared goals. Embrace the collective energy and let it fuel your aspirations. And Libra, well, June opens with a thirst and a hunger for knowledge as Gemini energizes your 9th house of higher learning and adventure. It's really a perfect time to explore new philosophies, enroll in a new course, or plan a trip. Your mind is eager to expand, and the universe supports your quest for wisdom. Embrace the unknown and let your curiosity guide you. And as the Sun transitions into Cancer, your career and public image come into focus. The 10th house activations urges you to step up and take charge, whether that's a new project, a new role, or if it's simply seeking some recognition. This is your moment to shine. Balance ambition with sensitivity, and you'll navigate this period with grace and success. And Scorpio, well, June begins with a focus on deep connections and shared resources as Gemini energizes your 8th house. This period invites you to delve into financial partnerships, joint ventures, and emotional bonds. Trust and intimacy are key themes. Embrace vulnerability and open yourself to transformative experiences. Now, mid-month, as we feel Cancer's energy, your energy begins to focus in the areas of higher learning, and certainly you're up for an adventure. The Sun in your 9th house encourages you to broaden your horizons, whether through travel, education, or perhaps some spiritual pursuits. Embrace new perspectives and let your quest for knowledge lead you to profound insights. The world is your classroom, so explore it, but do so with an open heart. And Sagittarius, well, June shines a light on your relationships as Gemini energizes your 7th house of partnerships. It's time to strengthen existing bonds and form new connections. Open communication and mutual understanding are essential. Whether in love or business, collaboration brings growth and harmony. And as the Sun moves into Cancer, your focus shifts to shared resources and deeper intimacy. The 8th house activation invites you to explore the depth of your emotional and financial connections. It's a period of transformation and renewal. Embrace the changes and trust the process. You're evolving into a more authentic and empowered version of yourself. Capricorn, June highlights your health and your daily routines as Gemini energizes your 6th house. It's a perfect time to focus on your well-being, establish healthy habits, and streamline your workflow. Your practical nature will help you create efficient systems that enhance productivity and balance. You feel out of balance if things are not organized. So embrace the opportunity to nurture your body and mind and know that things will fall into place. Now, mid-month, Cancer's influence shifts your attention to partnerships. The Sun in your 7th house brings a focus on relationships, both professional and personal. Collaboration and cooperation are key themes. Strengthen your bonds through communication and shared goals. Whether it's in love or in business, teamwork makes the dream work. And Aquarius, June begins with a burst of creativity and pleasure as Gemini lights up your 5th house. It's time to indulge in your passions. Pursue artistic endeavors and enjoy the lighter side of life. Let that inner child come out to play and embrace the joy of self-expression. Romance and fun are in the stars, so make the most of it. And as the sun then transitions into Cancer, your focus shifts to health and daily routines. The 6th house activation encourages you to establish a balanced and healthy lifestyle. Pay attention to your physical and your mental well-being. Create routines that support your goals and nurture your body and your mind. And balance is your key word for thriving. Pisces. June begins with a focus on home and family as Gemini energizes your 4th house. It's a time to nurture your roots, create a cozy environment, and strengthen family bonds. Whether that's redecorating, organizing, or simply spending some quality time with loved ones, home is where your heart is. Embrace the comfort and the stability that it offers. Now, mid-month, as you feel that Cancer's energy shift, it also shifts your attention to creativity and self-expression. The sun in your 5th house encourages you to explore your artistic side, indulge in hobbies, and enjoy romantic moments. Let your imagination run wild and find joy in life's simple pleasures. Your heart is your guide, so follow it with an open mind. Now, wherever you are in your journey, this is a powerful month to step into your power. It's mid-year review. Retrieve the messages from the universe of what might be ahead and move in that direction. Enjoy all the new codes and the keys that are pouring in to help us make the changes. Take risks, smart risks. Don't be afraid to change directions for things that aren't working. We'll have Neptune, Saturn, Chiron, and Venus all sitting in Aries this month. And Aries is about the I am energy. So this is a month we're really assessing who we are in the world and what we're doing next. These huge pushes are about discovery of who we are, what we're doing, and what we are doing to accomplish what we want to do. I'm Lori Wondra of Your Life Core. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe. For information about Lori Wondra's current events or to schedule a private session, visit her website, yourlifecore.com. You can also subscribe to our monthly newsletter. Lori also shares inspirational and informational messages on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening.